Hello my friends and welcome back to our Lothlorien campaign in DCI The Last Alliance. We're going to continue off where we left off last time, of course, attacking the Oathbreakers of the Mountains simply because I don't like them, and also the Rhun Confederacy for, of course, betraying, well not really betraying us, we were never really allied with them, but just kind of causing a bit of a ruckus in Rovanion and killing our Regent Amdir in the Iron Hills. I'm not sure, will I already? No, I do need to wait. I'll actually skip the turn then, because we're at the end of it. I don't have any money to spend. Au contraire, I'm in serious debt. What I do need is another Talakon. One that won't end, because Numenor decided to just randomly rush Hornburg like crazy. But I can, of course, continue on my tangent as we do the end turn. Alright, I do want to thank you all for the support. I know that some of you are kind of being done with the campaign a bit. I understand that, I don't really blame you. But I'm going to see it through. I'm still enjoying myself, so as long as I have a good time, I'm very much keen on finishing this campaign, but, you know, I can't deny I'm also looking forward to what will come after this. A lot of great recommendations. Oh, no, absolutely, unless you give me the Iron Hills, then sure, I'll actually accept it. But I do want the Iron Hills back in my possession. You took them from me. No, okay, well then you'll pay with your blood. A lot of great recommendations. People asking me if I should maybe play Napoleon Total War. Assassinate Argon. Well, that won't really be necessary. We're going to kill him soon enough. What was I saying? Napoleon Total War. Also, apparently, there's a 4th Age mod for, I think it's Rome Total War Barbarian Invasion. That someone also pointed out, which I didn't really know that existed. So, very curious to check that one out. But first, we shall take Nenhetu, Halmur. Alright, nothing too special. We should have a very easy time. But yeah, thank you all for your recommendations. I'm also, again, I've talked about this before, but I kind of feel like I repeat myself so often. Battle for Middle-earth 2 is something that's on my to-do list, and also some Elder Scrolls stuff. Because my banner for my channel still says, you know, Home of Lord of the Rings, Total War, and Elder Scrolls, and I haven't done Elder Scrolls stuff in 4 years or something like that, so I should really do something, or update my banner, but I don't want to do that. Alright, anyway, I'll see you all on the battlefield, and actually my economy is stable somehow, when we take Nenhitu. Is there an L in the end there? Nenhitul. Okay. Alright, let's start by taking down the wall. Oh, god damn it, I have to move the catapult, the ballista. I'm going for this side of the wall, even though we spawn on that side, and the AI doesn't really adapt it. Because this line doesn't really have a straight road to the town center, which you very much want, especially with our archers. But if I go from here, we have a straight line, which makes it quite a bit easier to fight them, to shoot them, also with the ballista. Yeah, we need to use our strength, and as elves, that is of course archery. Even though the difference between how good of an archer we are and how bad other factions are is smaller in DCI than it is in Divide and Conquer. In Divide and Conquer, the difference is like massive. An elven arch is something you don't want to mess with. Although there are a couple of human archers, like the Dale archers, for example, the Hearthguard, the ones that get armor piercing, that they can kind of rival the power of the elves. Of course, because the elves do not get armor piercing shots. Let's actually pull my horses a bit closer so I can kind of see how much damage they're doing, just to make sure we're actually hurting the wall. Yeah, we are hurting it. Okay, we should be able to bring it down. So let's already march the men forward then, in that case. So we can take positions right away. I think if we place ourselves on the wall with the archers, we should be able to get some shots in, especially if he stays there, the Highland Bowmen. They look so bland. Oh, I like their shields, but I like these guys. The Sworn Bodyguard. They kind of look like the Kievan Russ. Oh no, don't come yet. We're not there yet. I don't want the towers to go nuts on me. We're not even close. We're only doing 2% per bolt. Oh, bugger. Why did you already have to come over? Normally the AI kind of stays behind when you have siege equipment firing away. You're just gonna stand there and activate the towers. Oh, you son of a bitch. I hate you now. You have become my mortal enemy in only a few minutes. That is absolutely impressive. Oh, don't shoot my horses. Yeah, I'm not sure. Is that even a longbow unit? No, it's a militia. Are you absolutely moronic, AI? I think they might be, but then again, so am I, so I'm not really going to judge. 72%. Alright, come on, keep firing. Oh, it's getting a bit laggy, because whenever you break a wall or a tower, for some reason Medieval 2 just like slows down to a crawl whenever that happens. I don't know why. I shouldn't have sent in my infantry yet. I'm too stubborn to pull them back, though. Come on, 90%. Knock it down. Come on. Come on, Ballista. 98. Yes, there we go. Oh, no. They're already coming over. I thought I had more time. Why do you make it so hard on me? This could have been such an easy fight if you just let me put my troops on the wall. But you just had to be impatient. You just had to be like, oh, there he is. It doesn't matter, we're still going to take this settlement with relative ease, but still, we want to have a relatively healthy army left after this fight because, well, there's still a whole lot more land to take from these guys. So we need healthy units. Alright, toot that horn. Send in the horses. These guys don't stand a chance, especially against the cleavers. Ah, look at them. They look so cool. Although their colors kinda, I don't know, they don't pop as much as I would think. But I guess the Galadrim are not as fancy and as spiffy as the Noldor are. Alright, move around. Or is he? He's trying to outmaneuver me, but it's just bowmen, so. Can't say I'm too bothered by them. I'm not sure what this AI is doing. I've never seen them behave like this. I guess it is a different battle AI than the one in Divide and Conquer. Alright, charge them. Beautiful. They should not stand a chance. I think they're really piss poor in melee. 4-4. 9-16. Yeah, good luck, lads. Good luck. To the surprise of no one. Alright. Is he sending in his sworn bodyguard? The shiny Kievan Russ? I like their tiny capes. It's like they put them in the washer but too warm, so they just kind of shrunk. We've all been there. Actually, my mum washed some of my white t-shirts a while ago, and she also washed like a red skirt or something. So about 3 of my favourite t-shirts, because I like wearing white, I don't know why, I just like wearing white. It's either white or black, I don't have like anything in between. But yeah, some of my favourite t-shirts have now turned hot pink, which is absolutely amazing. I mean, it happens. It happens. That's what I get for not doing my laundry myself, I guess. To be honest, I don't even know how to do laundry. I know that is really pathetic, especially for someone my age. But I'm sorry, I just don't know how to do it, and I'm very, very clumsy. Ridiculously clumsy, so I'm sure I'd mess it up. And this Sworn Bodyguard are actually 1123. Okay, I thought they were defeating my Noldor, but that's not the case. I guess just some of the first rank wounded Noldor took a bit of a beating. Alright, Cavalry, you can't really charge here properly, and those guys do a lot of damage. Send in the bodyguard unit to flank around. But yeah, some of my favorite t-shirts have become pink, and oh well, it's okay. Helmet has fallen. Because some people are like, or some guys, because we're specifically talking about men here, like, oh, I can't wear pink. Pink is for girls. I'm not like that, don't worry. I'm not personally a fan of the color pink, but I don't wear it out of like, or I don't not wear it out of moral reasons or whatever. And I do wear my shirt still, just mostly at home. Anyway, it doesn't really matter because we're in a quarantine lockdown, you know, I still work from home pretty much full time, so it doesn't matter at all. So we only lost 94 men and they lost a full battalion of 677 as we took another settlement. Let's see who did the most damage. The Noldor Warriors 296 also lost the most, but also healed the most, so... Oh no, didn't heal the most. Oh, the bloody Border Archers, that's a bit of a waste. Alright, I'll see you back on the strategy map. And there we go, Nin Hitol, or however you pronounce that, has fallen to the forces of Erinian. Let us exterminate the populace, because I'm not about that population control life. It's not how I roll. It's a Gondor homeland. What does that do again? And the capital lies in Gondor homeland region. Okay, so it just gives them extra bonuses. That's kind of nice. I kind of like that. It's not something that I want them to add into Divide and Conquer, but it's something that I can appreciate, you know? Let us move towards Isengard. I know Isengard is in the hands of the Numenorians. I kind of want to get a... Can I get a spy in Hitol? I can. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Alright, let's also go for Offerweed now that we're here anyway. It's just a minor city. Argon. Okay. He has a lot of traits. He's a pretty good guy. What is his men? Rich Keepers, Kalanathan Brigands, and Kalanathan Skirmishers. Shouldn't be too difficult. Let's save, just in case we get a crash. And I'll see you all on the battlefield for our second siege of the day. Alright, so we did draw straws for whoever was lucky enough to be able to push the battering ram towards victory. And wouldn't you believe it, the Carnarvon Third won. What a coincidence. They can fight and kill their own men. Get shot by their own towers. That's as much a coincidence as, I don't know, Putin getting 98% of the votes. No, Izzy, stop that. Don't get political. That's something I always avoid in my videos. Even though I have very strong political opinions. I don't really care about talking too much about politics. I don't know, it just kind of detracts from everything, and something about politics, especially in 2020, it's just not fun. And I used to be really interested in it. I mean, I'm still interested in it, don't get me wrong. Well, that's quite nice that he has like a standard. Quite like that. Instead of a typical banner. You actually don't see many banners in DCI. But it's just something that I don't want to talk about anymore. I don't know why, it's just bad vibes, you know, very bad vibes. All over the Western world. I can't really speak for other continents in the world because I don't really know much about it. And that's a shame, in my opinion. It's something that I also kind of regret. In our high school in history classes, you learn about, in my case, Belgium, because I'm Belgian. You learn about Belgium, you learn about France, Germany, you know, everything in the immediate area. You learn about the United States of America, which, sure, I mean, I guess they're an important country. You learn a little bit about Russia and, like, the Russian Revolution and all that shit. Like, something, a little bit, nothing really too in-depth. But then when you get to like countries like China, you know, other countries that are really important, Brazil, and I mean important just in terms of like how large they are and, you know, how much of a world player they are. You know, countries like that, countries like Korea, for example, you don't learn much about them, you know, about the BRICS countries, which is a real shame, in my opinion. India as well, a country I know very little about, which is a real shame because, you know, they're huge. They're absolutely huge. They're a world dominant player. Oh, bloody rich keepers, don't go on the walls. And I feel like the same applies also to our news reporting. In Belgium, we get a lot of news reporting from the USA, even though, you know, it impacts us not that much. I mean, it impacts, like, stock exchanges and stuff like that, but the same events that would happen in India would also have a similar effect. And there's, like, stuff going on in these countries that we just don't really know about unless you're really interested in it and you really read, like, specialized press. But, like, in your normal day-to-day newspaper, you don't read anything about it. Alright, the third, I very much expect them to die, but if they can take down some brigands, that'd be very much appreciated. Yeah, you hold the walls, congratulations. You hold the gate. That's not much of a gate to hold, even if you close it again. I'm surprised these guys aren't dying yet. They're wavering, but... Alright, get in there. Thing is... My archers are next to useless, so let's just send everyone in there. It's gonna be a bit of a grindy fight just to take the walls. Which, yeah, not ideal. I should have brought some ladders. That's a mistake on my part. Galadriel, if you can get in there so you can pop your special ability. Decreases fatigue, greatly increases morale, slightly improves defense. I quite like the spectacle. It's almost like falling stars all over the place. Or shooting stars, I think they're called. In Belgium we call them falling stars. But in English they are shooting stars. Why are you saying Belgium? In Dutch. We don't speak Belgian. Belgian's not a language. We speak Dutch. Or French or German, depending on where you're from. But I'm very much from the Dutch-speaking part of the country. Flanders, as they call it. I also imagine that most people that aren't Belgian know very little about Belgium, except for some events in like World Wars 1 and 2, because those are like periods in time where Belgium kind of mattered a little bit. I mean, I guess before that as well, stuff like Waterloo, but... like, real Belgian history. Because, you know, Waterloo wasn't really much Belgian, because we weren't really much of a thing then. Our country is only, let's count, 190 years old. We were made in 1830 or 1831, depending on your perspective in life. What are you firing at? Are you firing, like, straight? Because some units are firing straight, which means they're probably killing a ton of my own units. I actually think most of the archers are killing my units. So. Alright, let's wait. If you can all fire on them, that's fine. Not going to hit many friendlies in there. It's bloody skirmishes, though. And those brigands are also very tough. But yeah, we became independent in 1830 or 1831, because I can't remember the exact dates. I think 1830 was when our constitution was made, but 1831 was when our first king took his vow, which was Leopold I. Not to be confused with Leopold II, which I'm sure some of you know about him as well. He did some bad stuff in Congo. Let's not talk about that. Oh, bother. But yes, we are still... I'm just taking the time to talk about the history of Belgium, because why not? There's nothing too crazy going on. We're just kind of struggling for this fight here, just kind of pushing it. Doesn't require much strategy. But we still have a king. We are a parliamentary monarchy, which I guess is the best way to call it. So we have a parliament. We don't have a president or anything like that. We do have a prime minister, which does effectively hold true power. But actually we don't have a federal government right now. Because if you know anything about Belgium, you know that we are known for having very difficult government formations. We at one point held a record for the longest period of time without a government, which in some countries would mean, revolution and burning cars and all that kind of jazz. And in Belgium, it's just like, those were some of the better days we had in the country, because there was like no government doing crazy stuff. Right now, we're also without the government for like close to a year now, I think. Just because you have a French-speaking part, and you have a Dutch-speaking part. You also have a German-speaking part. You also have Brussels, the capital, which is a separate region. But those don't really matter. We don't really care much about Brussels and the German-speaking part, because they're such, they're so small. But the Dutch-speaking part and the French-speaking part, they need to form... Well, they don't need to form, but you need a coalition in your federal government, which is all, the entire country together in Belgium. You need to make a coalition of more than 50% of the parliament. But the northern part of Belgium, the Dutch-speaking part, is more right-wing, whilst the French-speaking part, the southern part, is more left-wing. So you can already imagine, and with more left-wing, I mean very left-wing, and with more right-wing, I mean very right-wing. The largest party in the south is a left party, the largest party in the north is a right party. It's not easy to make governments like that, because those two parties, the Socialist Party and then the more right-wing fundamentalist party, so to speak, really despise each other. So yeah, that's ideal. But then we are, of course, a federal country, so we also have local governments. We do have a Dutch... We have actually 7 governments, believe it or not. We have a Dutch-speaking government, we have a French-speaking government, and we have a German-speaking government. Then we have, not for languages, but for regions, we have the Brussels capital region. We have the Flanders region, which kind of matches the Dutch-speaking region, even though it's not a region to people. It's kind of like an overlap, but not quite exactly, because the Dutch-speaking people in Brussels are not part of Flanders, but they're part of the Dutch-speaking community, so they kind of fall in between both governments. And then you also have the Walloon region, and yeah, that's it. So you got a federal government, that's one. Then you got the 3 languages, who each get their own government, although there are some like overlaps, and the Dutch government, the Dutch-speaking government and the Flanders government are actually one and the same. But still, theoretically, they're split up. So you got federal, you got Dutch, French, German, and then you have Brussels, Flanders, Walloon, which makes 7 governments. Yes, that's how we rule. How have we killed only 56%? Like, we killed everyone here. I guess this is just the main bulk of their army. Well, as soon as we can get like 1 warrior on there, the older warriors, for example, we can do a lot of damage. Thank God these aren't the Ballistars from Divide and Conquer, though. But yeah, I'm not sure if any of you cared at all to learn about the history and just current events in Belgium, but, well, I hope you learned something. And if you didn't, well, so be it. But yeah, you can, I mean, it's weird. Belgium is a very weird country, and in terms of politics, it's a complete miracle that we've held on for as long as we have. And a lot of people are clamoring just to split up Belgium. But that is easier said than done, because it's like, what about the Germans? What about Brussels? Because it's mostly north versus south, the Dutch versus the French, that, don't really mesh. But Brussels kind of just chills, they're kind of their own thing. The Germans, they're such a small part of Belgium, they don't really care. They're doing pretty well on their own, so it's like, okay. And then some people are like, okay, let's just split it up, and then the French-speaking part goes to France, becomes one big country there. The Dutch-speaking part goes to the Netherlands. The Germans go to Germany. And that's like, well, what about Brussels? And then some are like, well, let's just make Brussels its own thing, as EU capital. Which, I could see that happening. A lot of people are like, oh, the EU, blah, blah, blah. But if you make it like its own separate hub, the EU capital of Brussels, not per se an own country, but kind of like Like Washington DC is a district of Columbia, not as much a state. That could work, you know? I think that could work. Why are you running on the walls? They're all down there. Yeah, no, like, oops. They're all down here. Let's bring the horses onto the town square. That could work. But then, you know, it's like people are already not so much a fan of the EU, yet the entire Brexit stuff, and it's still, like, heavily contested. Yeah, I mean, you can't please everyone, and in today's world, it's very difficult to do any politics, really. Which is a shame, because decent politics are important to, you know, have a happy life, and I don't know. I don't know why I'm going on this tangent, but I feel like I'm one of those generation that's like, because I was born before 9/11. I was about 7 years old when 9/11 happened, and a lot of shit changed after that event. Even though I was very young at that age, I still felt it. Like, life got a lot more tense and a lot more us versus them. Not saying it wasn't before, don't get me wrong, but it became a whole lot more of it. I should really like to flank him. Man, I'm getting really deep. Why am I talking about all this? Typical Izzy. I just start off on something and I just keep going on a tangent. Yeah, to finish my thought, a lot of things change after that, and we're living in a very much us versus them world, which really hurts my soul in a way, because it's not that simple. The world is not like that. Well, actually, we didn't lose that many men. It's just a shame we lost a lot of our infantry, because this army is already kind of low on infantry. We have a lot of archers, but our infantry sections are, could be better. But at least the army is still strong enough to hold off Rhun. But we'll bring in the other army to take that one settlement across the bridge towards Isengard. Alright, I'll see you all back on the strategy map. And there we go. And with his death, I will most definitely... Yeah. That is such a stupid mission. Your target has died. You are no longer required to assassinate him. I assassinated him in one way or another. Give me a break, Elrond. Don't, like, frown upon me. Yeah, I'll stop talking about politics now, but... Those are my thoughts, in case you ever wondered, which you really shouldn't. Some people are like, they ask every person of somewhat importance. Not saying I'm of importance, but like... YouTubers with a lot more viewerships and all that, they're like, oh, what do you think about this or that event? And I'm like, I don't care about their opinion, they're YouTubers, what do they know about anything? And I'm the same, I don't know anything. Like, really, don't pay too much attention to what I'm saying and to my opinion. It's just that, an opinion, it's nothing more. Alright, so I think this settlement is still in the hands of the mountain men. This settlement? Oh, that's such a large garrison. And again, we have a large army. I would expect these settlements to fall into the hands of the Numenorians, but perhaps we'll have to help them a little bit. But for now, let us reclaim the Iron Hills. With the one battering ram, that should be enough. Captain Kamisana. Actually, the balance of power is not that much in our favour. I'd be like, come on, it's 105 versus 600. They're not that good. And they're decent, but, I mean, if they hold the walls, they could do a lot of damage. Anyway, I'll see you all on the battlefield as we reclaim the Iron Hills. Alright, so the enemy actually took position all the way in the rear, so I made sure to already batter down a gate and then send the men forward before I continued recording, because otherwise that would have been not too interesting to look at. So we already have our March Wardens on the bridge. Not sure, this is a special bridge. Let's call it the Bridge of Durin, just to give it a bit more Shazam. Are they returning fire? I'm actually trying to spread out a little bit, but their core is not spread out. Oh, I'm actually not sure how accuracy works in this game for archers. Does that mean they like aim for individual units, or they still just fire center mass? Because I know Ballista, for example, always aim for like the center of a unit. So for a unit, for example, a Dwarven unit, they'll always aim for where the arrow is right now. I'm not sure if the same applies to archers, or they've actually aimed for like individual men. I'm sending my March Wardens first. If they take some casualties, that should be okay, because they'll be the first to heal. Walking in the infantry, because otherwise they'll get tired. Okay. Alright, well, let us run forward. A little bit of tired is okay if they get warmed up. I personally prefer them better when I'm warmed up. Not that I'm in a lot of fights. I don't think I could fight in a medieval combat to save my life. I mean, just give me a spear and I'll do okay. I think anyone can figure out a spear, you know. sticking with the pointy end. But like a sword, anything that requires any bit of skill would be completely wasted upon me. But I am interested in like in HEMA. Is it called Historical European Medieval? I don't know what the A is. Action, which is basically real people reenacting old fighting techniques based on old manuals and all that kind of jazz. I find that very interesting, and I watch some YouTube channels on it. But you know, to do it myself, I don't even know where I'd have to do it. Anywhere in the area. I can't think of any location. Like, let alone in Belgium. It probably exists, like, somewhere, but not that I'm aware of. And also, it seems rather expensive, like, all the equipment and all that stuff. Maybe, you know, if the channel picks up, and I ever make money from monetization or sponsorships or whatever, one of the first things I'll buy is a real-life replica of Narsil. No joke. Or maybe a longbow. I've always wanted to own a longbow. Maybe I'll get, like, an elven-inspired longbow. That would completely fit with the theme of the channel, you know? Idiotic decisions. But now, financial idiotic decisions, which are the best kind. Yeah, I'm that kind of person. If I get like my tax returns out, like, oh, now we can buy something incredibly stupid. Like, I own so many guitars, and I'm like, why do I own so many guitars? I could only play one at the same time. But it's part of the fun of just like collecting, and just getting something new is always fun and exciting. Almost like the excitement of slaughtering some Rhun soldiers, the ones that were responsible for killing our regent. Very nice. See, I'm not sure why the balance of power was so against us. These guys are not superheroes, you know? They're really not that amazing. They're good units, don't get me wrong. But, I mean, they die all the same. The previous army we fought was much scarier. And I'm still surprised we won that one as easily as we did. Come on, get in there. Kill them all for the Malon trees. Yeah, once we reclaim the Iron Hills... Oh my god, that guy took a flip dive. He died spectacularly. Once we take the Iron Hills, I don't mind getting a peace treaty with the Rhun Confederacy, but I kind of think the Rhun Confederacy is rather weak. Otherwise, they wouldn't sue for peace. Nice, good job. Because they just randomly asked for peace, even though we don't have that many armies on the front here. So I think they're taking a heavy beating by Ravanian. Anyway, I'll see you all back on the campaign map as we reclaim the Iron Hills and then send Celeborn to keep dealing with the Iron Hills for now. And there we go. Let's reclaim our quote-unquote homeland. I can't really call it that. Let's occupy it. Why are you people upset? We used to... Oh, I know why, because Amdir was a better governor. Oh, bugger. I wonder if they rebel now, will they become Runic or Dwarvish? Dwarvish, because they have 75% Khazad rule. The Rune Assassin. Celeborn. I need you, my lad. I need you. I need you to go to the Iron Hills, because you might have to take over command. If only we can call a Tolakon upon the filthy Easterlings. Ah, it's too fucking early. Bloody hell. Alright, I think that's all for this turn. Now to spend some money. What shall we spend it upon? I've actually got some really good units here. Let's send them towards Lady Galadriel, because there's actually some good infantry in there. I don't want to relent our attack on the filthy hillman. But what I do want is a spy to scout ahead. I can already move this guy out though. Erinian. Plop down a watchtower. Let's see what other land they control. This land, that seems to be... That's the Numenorian colors, isn't it? Yep, it is. So that land here is safe. So we can go towards Tirith. Oh my god, that's a lot of forces. Tirith on the low. Maybe we need to keep those two armies together to take Tirith on the low. Because that seems to be a rather difficult settlement to take. Alright, let's make sure that we build stuff in our new settlements. I thought we upgraded Kirithorn and Andrath. Is that still... That's still in the works, okay. We also upgraded the Grey Mountains. Alright, we're already building stuff everywhere pretty much. Erebor. Can I get units here yet? No, not yet. What do you require? More culture? I'm not quite sure. We do get an agent here, a spy. That's actually most useful. I want you to check upon the Rhun Confederacy. Okay, they're sending in a couple forces. A family member. Must have a very ugly face seeing he's covering it up entirely. Where is the nearest settlement? Oh, that's a rather big army. I hope Celeborn's here by then, but... Alright, so they hold Dorwinion. That's rather Rather fortunate. I think the settlement is over here then. Where is it? Where is it? It must be across the Calduin. Right, anyway, reinforcements, yes, badly. How many turns? 4. That is too many. Not great. Can this army hold anything at all? Probably not. I don't want to lose the Iron Hills again. Well, let's just pray I can call the Tolakon soon. Where to spend our money, though? Well, let's send these guys to Karasgaladon. Am I still at war with Khazad-dûm, actually? I kind of forgot. No, we're not. Okay, good. I feel so sorry for Mordor. But I don't understand why they don't take the rebel settlement. I really don't understand that. Ah, whatever. Oh, we still hold that for lethal, right. I almost forgot about that settlement entirely. I don't trust the Haradrim, though. They even took Eastern Osgiliath. Let's get a Bowie there, just in case. Can I not get anything useful? I just want to build stuff. I just want to expand my realm, but there's not that many buildings to get that really economically benefit me. Let's take a look at Ethelon, the settlement that I also forgot about quite a bit. I got more Silvan Mariners. I should probably get some troops, plop them on a boat, because those Mariners are actually pretty decent. Alright, and I'll see you all back on turn 116. Well, let's adopt him. Where is Nedodir? Is he in the Iron Hills? Because that would be very useful. No, he's not. Alright, I want to take Tirith Onodlo. Yeah, I'd very much like to take it, but that won't be so easy as you make it out to be. That is a very large garrison indeed. I could do a two-pronged attack. Sure, why not? And then Hituel repaired that wall. Good. Yeah, people are unhappy in the Iron Hills, but there's nothing I can do. Our eyes are veiled. What's this? On the western shore of the Falls of Rauros lies Amon-Hen, the Hill of Sight. Situated on its top is a high seat constructed out of solid stone by the Dunedain in recent years. The position watches over the passage across the river Anduin to ward the region against intrusions. Now a messenger reports that cutthroat brigands seized the opportunity that the tumult of war presented to capture Amon-Hen and make it their camp. This offence cannot be tolerated. In these dire times the need to survey the movements of enemies is greater than ever. It would be prudent to retake Amon-Hen as soon as possible. Amon-Hen lies to the southeast of Nen Hituel, near the western bank of the Anduin River. There will be no further message on this task and there is no reward for completing it. Oh, okay then. That's rather short-handed. So, where is that exactly? It's over here then. Why would I... Are there actually rebels there? I can't check unless I get another spy, which I shall. Spies are always useful. So is there like actual rebels that if I kill I get like extra line of sight? I don't think so. Oh, there's Amon-Hen. Unless, I mean, it could be a nice reward if it was like a very strong watchtower. You move south, you move there. Gladriel, you kind of chill for now. Plop down some watchtower. No, actually, I already have a watchtower there. Let's take a look at the Iron Hills. That settlement's going to be a bitch too. Yeah. People do not like me. And these guys are already getting ready to attack me. We need the reinforcements. We need them fast. That guy only needs about 2 more turns to reach us, so we can't get reinforcements there in time. Where is their settlement? Oh, Ravanian, I do hope you're going after them. Is that this settlement? Yeah, it is. Zonic. So that's this plot of land. This is then, I guess, Mirairon or something like that. And then Rhun down here. So Ravanian is having a good time against Rhun. That's nice. Can we call it Tolakon? Because that might save the Iron Hills. No, not yet. Bloody hell. Alright then. In that case, let's put some lads on a boat from Ethelond. Get in the docks. And let's send them towards... Let's send them all the way up the Anduin, why not? Oh, we can't. We can only send them up to the banks of Osgiliath, which is also fine. What are you doing with all these lads here? You Dol Amruthians. Keep moving towards Minas Tirith, why not? The White City. Nice, nice, nice. Let's get more Lothlorien units, why not? And let's end the turn. More rioting in the Iron Hills, but no siege apparently. No, they seem to have moved back. I guess they're leaving it up for Captain Lawasa to crush us. Bugger. I'm thinking if I move out and let the dwarves reclaim it, would that help my war effort against Rhun? Oh, you know what I could do? Maybe I can sell it to the dwarves in exchange for something else, you know? Some money or whatever. I'll give you back your Iron Hills and you can help me out against the Rhun Confederacy. Because I only ever took it because you attacked me. I don't really want it per se. Maybe we can do a trade. I don't want any of these settlements. Except maybe Birrig, I guess. You're poor. Alright, what about Birrig then? Fine. Does that work? That works! Beautiful! Beautiful. I think Birrig is a much more useful settlement than the Iron Hills. Then the matter is, of course, what I do with Celeborn. I think I'll stick him around just to help Ravanian and Iron Hills, or Khazad-dûm, take care of the... oh, we're all the way over here now. The scum of the Rhun Confederacy. Alright, they do get a garrison. Good. If they lose the Iron Hills again, so be it. I can just use Celeborn to reclaim it. Yeah, you don't like me. Dude, I just gave you that settlement. Give me some time. Give me some time, man. Bloody dwarves. Very impatient. Can't call it Tolakon yet. I will check every bloody turn. Alright. Tirith Onodlo. Oh, what is this? Mountaineers. They seem scary. So are nobles. They are scary. Mountain infantry. Let us besiege it with the main stack, the Alassian stack. If we can wait one more turn, Erinian can join as well. How many turns is that? 7 turns. I might just starve him out a little bit. Or I could then quickly move on board Bjork. And that should put us very close to our 30 regions. Then we can focus everything we want on Mordor and try to eliminate them, which will prove to be very difficult. But with some, help of Talakons and all that jazz, and with some selling of settlements, like if I take the Black Gate, I sell it to Numenor, that puts them more into the war. That should work out. I do need to know what's going on though. It seems Numenor already has their hands tied with just the south. Imagine if Mordor actually unleashed themselves, but that's too stupid to do so. This campaign would have been a lot more difficult. I think that's all I want to do now. Wasn't I getting a I got a second spy here. I should have traded in Offerweeden. That's alright. Alright, I'll see you all back on turn 118. Alright, the King of Harad is dead. That should be good for Numenor. Birrig doesn't like me. What? You're at 60% or 70? Oh, 35 all of a sudden. Why? Give us some time. Give us some time. Yeah, you, Governor. Go there right away. Oh, you need to wait. What? Because they're blocking... No. If I have to teleport you, I'll teleport you. You shouldn't block me. We're bloody friends. Also, I should get military access with you, because otherwise... Oh, what? Very demanding. Oh, I have much more territory than you do. Whatever. How are you faring against these guys? Oh, you're under siege. Oh, it's not going to last long, I assume. Can we call a Talakon yet? No! Bugger. Alright. Tirith Onodlo. I kind of want to attack it, but I can't control both armies at the same time. And I kind of need both armies at the same time to have a meaningful punch. Oh, bugger. The mountain men are just gearing up for a last all-out defense, it seems. They are not too keen on giving up, as Numenor is the largest faction. We should be like number 2 or something, right? No, we are way behind. How is Khazad-dûm the richest faction and they were like dirt poor like 1 turn ago? Makes no sense. Unless everyone is like absolutely dirt poor. Which would also be an interesting change from Divide and Conquer, where Khazad-dûm, where no matter your wealth, you're always at like 1% of everyone else. Because everyone else is just stupidly rich. Dwarves, I'm coming, even though I still hate your guts. Dwarves, chill. I'm literally... Would you have preferred me to stand there, you dumb dwarves? You're all just angry because you're midgets. Bloody hell. I don't like the dwarves, man. I only gave him the Iron Hails because it benefited me more than anything. Bloody dwarves. I don't like dwarves. I really don't. I don't like playing as them. I don't like playing against them. No, I'm kidding. I like playing as the dwarves, but sometimes they can really work on your nerves when you're playing against them or playing with them. They are very stubborn. It feels like they really implemented the lore very well in the game mechanics, just how stubborn and how moronic the dwarves are sometimes. And you just want to grab them by the shoulders and... oh, god damn it. We lost Beric. Oh, whatever. Take it. I don't want it anymore. I'll get my 30 regions somewhere else. Do I need both armies to besiege Tirithonadlo? I don't think so. I think the Alassian squad's more than enough. And then you, Erinian, can already keep moving. They're not going to sally out. Oh my god, that's also a very big garrison all of a sudden. Hazard. Does he get like special units? Because some generals have special units. No, Swan Bodyguard again. What about you? Haven't spotted the faction leader anywhere either. You must be in here then. Oh, everyone's in here, but no faction leader. Where would he be? If he's not here, and he's not here, and he's not here, those are the last settlements, right? Toggle Fog of War, just to see what's going on in the world, and also to confirm, like, where the hell is their faction leader? Do they not have a faction leader? Hang on a second, am I blind, General? Oh, they hold Dunharrow, that's probably where the faction leader is. No, faction heir. Also, I kind of like that Dunharrow is a settlement. Can you actually pass through that? I don't think you can. Numenorian Herald. What's he standing at that big rock for? What is that? What is that? Almost looks like a giant palantir. Where is that faction leader? I'm stumped. General. But we know from our spy that he's not in there. He's not in Dunharrow. He's not in Tirithonadlo. I'm very confused. Alright, I'll do a proper talk of war at the end of the episode. I just kind of wanted to check like where the hell the faction leader is. Let's see. We could get an army together here. I can leave behind like one poopy unit. It's a decent force. I mean, they're elves. We're always strong. Just kind of take their lands, because there's still quite a few of them. I thought we were down to the last 3 settlements, but they have 4. Iron Hills are standing. Did they actually just completely disregard that siege? Oh no, there was a siege battle. The dwarves just won it very convincingly. And this guy is just kind of like crying and running away. Alright, let's just kind of chill in Eriador as we gather our strength. As we want to turn Eriador into more of a troop recruitment center, retraining center. Alright, I don't think there's anything else I want to do this turn. I don't know what some of these units are still doing, like Linden has just units doing nothing everywhere. Not sure why. Are you stuck, Elrond? I think he's stuck. I think I'm going to teleport him, because otherwise he'll just never do anything. I'll just bring him home. He's been there for like a bajillion turns. Which we don't want. I mean, that's not very fun, is it? Kind of been considering even just giving the Black Gate back to Mordor, because apparently they're also too passive to attack. It seems the AI can't really process some movement orders. They just can't really wrap their brains around it and understand what they need to do. Fine day to sail indeed. Alright, Galadriel, Arnor, everyone's in place. They're just starving out the Men of the Mountains, the Oathbreakers. Alright, I'll see you all back on turn 120. And there we go, snow besets Middle-earth. And so does war. Alright, so he has moved a large chunk of his army out of Bor Bjorg in one of possibly the stupidest moves he could have done. He's left the general behind, it's just the captain squad. That is just... it's just food for Irinian. They just yum yum yum. Captain Co, you have made my life significantly easier and I will happily crush you on the battlefield. Alright. Alright, so a little bit of an awkward stare down as they also have a ballista. We are both on a hill, so it's just going to be a battle of the ballistas, I'm afraid. Let's see. Let's keep moving the men, but keep them a bit behind, because if that one ballista misses, that would have a very bad impact on our men behind them. So we are both firing our ballista. Oh man, this is actually so exciting. Oh, we're taking some shots. They're using fire shots, which are not as accurate, I was about to say, but then they just hit our ballista square on. And it's gone, unless they put out the fire. They don't really seem too phased by it. I thought we were using like green ballista bolts. So I'm using the non-fire variant because it's more accurate. Alright, so this ballista is just not dying. Goodness gracious. It's dying very slowly. Just burning up, but they decided not to use it anymore. They're like, we're just gonna let this piece of equipment burn in the snow, even though we could probably cover it with snow, and there we go. Bloody oafs. Alright, so it's 2 versus 3 in the ballista warfare. Come on, ballista, don't let me down. Alright, so that ballista somehow is still firing on this piece of torchwood. For some reason, my ballista crews have just abandoned ship entirely. Come on, you bloody oafs! Do something! Oh my god, they're teleporting! Alright, so it seems my ballista has bugged out entirely, so I'm just gonna... What the hell's going on? I've never seen this bug before. Look, they just run. And then they're gonna like... Or actually, you're gonna start firing back now that there's only 1 ballista left? No, you're just gonna not do anything. Get on that! Okay, thank you. Now, return fire! Oh god, this was supposed to be like a really close, exciting fight, and you're just getting your ass fisted. What the hell, man? Oh god. Alright. That ballista's almost down. You haven't fired once! Come on! You're useless, you bloody elves! Stop standing there with your smug face. Ugh. This guy's running out of ammo at this rate. And there goes, you bloody morons. Oh, this should have been a close, exciting fight, and you just blew it. Actually, the AI is using that as a moment to push. What? Are they stupid? You won the siege equipment war. Now you get to just wither away at me. Did you miss the memo? Alright, they missed the memo. Archers! Loose! Just fire away. I've already made more than up for it. Oh my god, these are so quickly. Alright, I am a little bit concerned about those horses, so let's send forward the infantry. We do have a hill that we can fire over our own forces, so that works out. Cavalry, let's use you better than they're using their cavalry. Oof! Right in the Lothlórien and archers, that's a pain. Lothlórien spearmen against Canadon skirmishes though. That is a fight I will happily take. Alright, cavalry, you need to go shut down that bloody ballista, because they will not stop as long as we are alive. Oh crap, I thought, oh, they don't have that many armies, but then like, boom, they all just popped in existence. What? Oh, you moron, you send in your... Oh, the enemy is just always... The enemy AI is just retarded. Sorry to use that word, but... they're just really... They don't use their brains. Oh. Ridge Militia. A lot of Ridge Militia. I don't expect them to hold out. Oh, Renegade to the Eye. They're one of the sexiest units in the game. Look at them. Very Roman inspired in my opinion. Very cool. The two are related. If a unit's Roman inspired, it automatically becomes cool, you know. That's just the lore of the land. Oh, the bloody ballista though. Oh, you're actually in position. I didn't know you were that far away. And the captain seemingly came back to die. Piece of scum. Oh, a lot of javelin men. Oh, the ballista crew. No, ballista crew, don't run in there. Don't forfeit your life. I know you failed me, but still, that's no reason to absolutely give up on life. Wait, why are you fighting them? Go for the ballista crew. Captain Coe has fallen. And everyone else is shaken already. It's a bit of a messy fight, not gonna lie. We are winning it rather handsomely though. I shan't complain. I can't complain, as a lot of my men are doing absolutely nothing because I suck at microing. Come on boys, run them down, you're faster than them, you're elves. Oh, Phew, that was a lot of javelins. Luckily, they don't seem to do any damage. They forgot to take the nerf tips off. God bless. We only have some bruises instead of actual sharp objects piercing our bodies. Imagine that. Alright, Sinar, get in there. Renegades of the Eye, you have chosen the wrong side, my friends. Let's prove it to them. Oh, they're all running. These rich keepers ain't keeping rich. That was very lame. I very much apologize. Oof. I felt that one. That was such a brutal charge. I really felt that one. You know that feeling when you're going up in an elevator and you're just kind of feeling your tummy? That's the same feeling I had when that calf charge hit at like full speed. Just like that sense of like, oof. Some of you might be thinking, what the hell is Izzy talking about today? And I very much agree, I don't know what I'm talking about. I think it's because I'm kind of tired that I just go on more tangents that really are completely irrelevant. Ah well. I assume most of you are used to that by now. Who's still standing? Surely it's not a lot. Perhaps a skirmish cav that's still just running. Oh, it's a ballista crew. Bane of my existence. Well, no, we need to do a lot more running down than that. There's a lot more left than that. Come on, boys. Get those militia. Rich keepers as well. Cavalry will do handsomely. 7, yeah, we should easily get 85. 83. There's 85. Let's just get a couple more just to be safe. Because killing this army will make the next battle so much easier. They really screwed themselves. If they just kept their units consolidated into one big force, I would have been more scared to advance upon them, and they wouldn't have run that easily because they were led by a general, instead of a captain that was the first to run in the bloody battle. Alright, that should be plenty to exterminate the army. We only lost 144, look at that, it's only 9%. Let's see who did the most damage. The March one is Lothlórien and the Archers. Kinda as expected, Archers did the most. Alright, I'll see you back on the strategy map. And let us obviously execute these fools. Yeah, don't like that, do you? And let us try and take Bjorg, which we could in theory already do because we have a ballista. Why not? Let's end the episode with a banger, another settlement added to our cause. Hazard's actually a very good general. Versus Eriador, who is a mediocre general. But then again, he has no men to command, so no matter how good you are at commanding men, if you don't have any men to command, that's utterly pointless. Alright, the walls have fallen, so let's see if we can actually perform the strategy I wanted to perform last time, seeing as... Oh, never mind. I was going to say they haven't marched forward yet, but for some reason, the moment the walls break, they're like, alright, let's go, lads, which is very odd indeed. I guess they have nothing left to lose. Unless the ballista perhaps snipe them. So there's no point in doing my strategy, which is of course putting archers on the walls and just firing away at them. Perhaps we can get like the Lothlórien archers off. I keep hearing a very strange sound in the background. I'm not sure if it's like in my headphones or if it's actually something outside. Am I going nuts? Is this where you start getting nuts? Because it might be going nuts, I don't know. Oh no, now I hear it. It's the ice cream truck. Of course, I'm doing a recording, so it has to roll out, even though it's bloody 9 PM at the moment. Who the hell buys ice cream from an ice cream truck at 9 PM? Is it just me, or is that slightly strange? To me, that's slightly strange, but then again, it's just an opinion. And remember what I said earlier about opinions. They're not as important as you think they are. Or as most people think they are. Highland Bowmen are actually decent bowmen, it seems. Keep running, horses. They can't hit what they can't see because we're so fast. Why are you stopping? Why do you enter the settlement and you're like, alright, this is my last stop. I am done. I am switching to my sword. And I will now proceed to take my time to slowly climb the walls. It's like I'm commanding a bunch of sloths. And I love sloths. They're my favorite animal in the entire world. But I wouldn't want an army of them. I want an army of lions, of tigers. Not sloths, not snails. I don't like snails at all. They always eat my lettuce. Come on, just run in there. I don't think these archers are in range anyway. Oh, they are. Surprise, surprise. Color me impretzeled. Turn around. Grab that arrow, Nook! Aim and loose! Even though I am told that firing a bow does not really require aiming. As in, you just kind of go with your gut instinct more than anything. Alright, stop firing. Although I kind of trust you guys' aim to not hit friendlies. You can even fire on the mountaineers in the back, who will no doubt start flinging javelins our way. That's pretty short harm javelins. They're more like darts. Oversized darts, undersized javelins. It's like they're going harpoon fishing and then someone were like, hey, don't go harpoon fishing, we need to go to war. And they're like, alright. And they forgot to change their equipment and now they just brought along a bunch of harpoons. That's my lore explanation for why their shafts are so short. Agree or disagree? Oh my god. The lore in Arch is actually really good. I remember in the beginning of the campaign I was kind of complaining about, oh, the elves' missile damage is really low. But now that I've played with the elves, they're pretty balanced, I would say. I mean, even with the missile attack not being that high, 6, for, you know, the top tier, probably best archer unit in the game, their accuracy and just, you know, the sheer amount of killing they do makes up for it. They are quite good. They're definitely top tier. Bloody mountaineers. I can't really effectively push through, so I guess I'll give the command to my archers to fire upon them. And archers firing in a very straight arc as well, unlike their cousins, the March Wardens. I don't blame them though, they really have to fire in a very awkward position. In fact, I might be better putting them here, it might suit them better. But they're actually destroying the mountaineers. Alright, we can actually speed up a little bit. There's not a lot of strategy involved. Don't need to micromanage my archers. Don't micromanage your life. Alright, who died? The enemy general, good. Always a little bit scared when you see that message pop up, you know, like, who would it be? So when it is indeed a general that is not yours, it does please me. Alright, cavalry, now is your time to get in position. Kept you in the back line for far too long. You can make yourself useful charging the mountaineers. Let's take a bit of a cinematic approach. Oh yes, the most lackluster charge in the history of charges. Then my mind immediately goes to like, I wonder what the first cavalry charge ever was. Like, when did that take place? I can't really, I just don't have an idea. I mean, Bronze Age, I guess? I don't know. I'm clueless. If anyone can give me like a definite answer on that, I would be very much impressed. But it's probably not in the history books. Imagine being the first guy to ever go up against the cavalry charge, or even see a knight, or with knight I just mean someone riding a horse for warfare, being like, what the hell is that, you know? I guess they're used for hunting first and then for warfare. I don't know, man. Those things kind of keep me awake at night sometimes, you know, when you're just scrolling on your phone, you're like, about to go to sleep, you shut your phone off, you close your eyes, and you start thinking the most random questions, you're like, why am I like this? Well, that's my entire life, basically. Get in there! Slaughter them. The settlement belongs to us. Man, we are really such a large faction. I'm sure that our regent would be very proud. I'm sure Umdir would be very proud indeed. Where are you running off to? I'm telling you to go there. I want you to fight the sworn bodyguard in the rear. Not go off and grab a pint in the nearest pub. Do elves even drink beer? I guess they do, because in the extended edition of The Return of the King, there's a scene where Legolas and Gimli do like a drinking contest. I hated that scene. Gimli should win, he's a dwarf. Of course he's a better drinker. You're not going to tell me that Legolas is a better drinker than Gimli. Have you seen that guy? Alright, anyway, enough of my tangents. Another clean win, pretty clean at least. We lost 6%, that's peanuts. Who did the most damage? Probably the Lothlorien archers, yeah, 184. Can't really beat that, man. Even the Sindar bodyguard only killed 75, so once again proving their worth. And there we go, another settlement to add to our collection. The ice cream truck's going nuts outside, probably to celebrate my victory, which I very much appreciate, Ice Cream Man. Thank you for taking part in this campaign. You have been amazing and very much on point. Let's see. We have 26 regions. We need 4 more. We'll get 1 more here, 1 more here, 1 more here, I assume. No, probably not. No, wait, there should be 1 more, right? No. Unless they lose Aglarond. No, it doesn't say. Oh my god, they're all so advanced. Probably because they took part in the Tolakon, that's why they got all the XP. They've also kind of emptied Angren, sorry. To take Angrenost? No. To take my settlement? No, unless they're like in this little black area, no. Well then, Galadriel, I guess I'll send you to take Angren. I'm a little bit worried, if at all, about this place here, Dunharrow. Seems to have emptied as well. Do I have another spy? I need more spies. I thought I had 2 spies. Yes, oh, you're in Udun. That's behind the Black Gate. I don't need you. Upper Rhun, Lothlórien, no. Krellin, no. Swanfleet, no. Very nice name though. North Rhun, the Iron Hills. Oh yeah, I moved both of them. So they might just be sending an army. You know what, I'm going to toggle Fog of War, but I won't look at this area because that would be cheating. But I will look at the other areas. Okay, let's see. Toggle FOW. Trade increase. Okay, so how is the war going against Rhun? Ravanian is doing rather well, but Rhun is holding out for now. Of course, they can always rely on someone like Khand as one of the Nazgul. Khand, Gondor, those won't fall anytime soon. Mataram as well, Mistrand. Although oh, it actually took Cambodia. Not sure if they'll hold it, but I would think that if we leave them to their own devices, Ravanian would win. Maybe the Iron Hills will start advancing as well. But we are sending in Celeborn as he's trying to take down Erebor, which that's a very silly decision. Unless you're going for Dale. That's also possible. I'll keep this extra general here. We can use him if indeed we do take some settlements from their hands. Let's see. Can I call it Tolakon? Just so I know for next turn. No! Let's see. We don't want to take a look there. In Tharbad, the Dwarves are going nuts against the Enedoethians. And it seems that the Dwarves will not fare very well. They might win for Tharbad, because their units are, of course, very strong. But then you have Captain Hundor coming in from their rear. And this seems like this guy will go for Birreg, but this guy has his eyes set upon Ostenethal, which... that would not spell very well for them. It also seems like the Hillmen of the North are crushing the Númenóreans, and Linden isn't really helping them out, so... curious to see what will come from that. Sorry, I'm just going a bit nuts with the camera. I might have to send Celeborn back at some point, if there is a Tolakon called upon one of these regions, to take care of the Hillmen of the North. But then if we take a look at the Mountain Men, it seems, you know, good factions are winning in the North. There's a bit of an explosion of evil here and here. The Mountaineers are almost dead, though. They only... oh, I was going to look. I didn't look, in case you were wondering. My eyes were still darted on the minimap. So they're doing rather well. In Mordor, of course... actually, an interesting development would be if the Haradrim took Minas Ithil. Not that I would mean much. Mordor just has so many banners. Goodness gracious, that's a lot of troops. That's going to be a lot of fun to deal with them. What unit does Camul have? Sigurd and Karib. Okay. But yeah, eventually at one point we'll call a Tolakon on Barad-dûr. And we'll kill Sauron. Alright, very cool. With that said, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I sure did, and I do very much hope to catch you soon. I'm not sure when exactly, because these videos don't go out daily, because I don't have time for them anymore to do them daily. But, you know, now and then, I'm sure we'll have consecutive days. But I'll see you all soon. Do not worry about that. Bye-bye.